Let's watch our cows OP chat. Dude, that's crazy. I mean, to be fair, I don't know why I always separate cows and bulls. In my mind, I'm like, cows and bulls are not the same thing, but technically they are. And bulls are so OP.
Cows are one of the most popular builds in the game. And normally, a high population is a good indicator that a build
Wait, is it a bit quiet?
powerful in the current meta. However, I think in the case of cattle, there are a lot of other factors which make their true power level a bit less obvious. Are cattle low-tier builds that are simply propped up by human activity? Or are they a genuinely powerful high tier that would dominate with or without
I've
human
seen a
help?
cow
Let's
recently.
delve into their stats.
When I went to Romania, I saw a cow and it was chilling. And my grandma was like, don't go near that cow. And I was like, oh man.
Abilities to find out. Cattle are part of a powerful faction of builds called bovines, which also includes
They're
the
so
bison,
chill.
Cape buffalo, water buffalo, and historically the auroch. While there are a few differences between them, which we'll discuss in a tier list at the end of the video, they all share a few common
Chad, you got kissed by a girl. Ooh, Chad. Ooh, you got kissed. Oh, ooh, ooh.
traits. Bovines have an exceptionally high HP stat. It takes a lot of damage
They're
to bring
chunky.
them down, pretty much requiring team strats from multiple predator players at once. And unlike some other high HP builds, bovines don't just sit there eating the damage. No, they can strike back with incredible force. They're sharp, sturdy.
Dude, he just yeeted. And yes, I'll use yeeted as if this is 2016. He just yeeted that thing.
Horns can inflict massive damage on anything.
Okay, that's
unlucky
crazy.
enough to be caught in
That's
their path.
okay. Fuck. Okay, that's insane. And what? Okay, for some reason I thought they. I never thought a cow bull thing could do that. I never. That is insane.
And unlike antlers, which fall off and need to be regrown each year, the horns cattle have, they have year-round, always ready to wreck someone's plan of attack. Their mobility stat is kinda mid, definitely not high enough to reliably escape a predator, and their intelligence and stealth are both below average for a mammal. However, neither of these stats are all that integral to the bovine
Again, I
build.
grew up in Romania, right? So when I go to the countryside, I would have places, I would interact with places where people had cows and bulls. And I remember one time there was just one straight bull, and a dude, like, in our group, he literally had like a red shirt, and the bull actually went for him because I thought that was a myth that they go for the red. They're very strong. As a person from the Midwest, cows are like dogs. Oh, damn, that's cute.
Main strategy. While lower intelligence
Bulls are colorblind? Really? Oh, damn, I guess it was coincidence that I was going for that guy.
does create a potentially exploitable vulnerability to things like traps and lower their resistance to distractions and intimidation tactics, it's not so low that bovines aren't able to utilize team combos. Quite the contrary, in fact. The herd defense tactics
They just didn't like him, bro. Because I remember that moment as the time it got confirmed to me that the red thingy was true. I was like, whoa, wait, so it's real. It's attacking that guy in red. Yo, does he have any Spanish in him? I don't know. Yeah, Mother does use red to piss them off. Well, chat is saying it's fake. Chat says it's their color, Brian. Chat says it's fake.
Cattle makes them borderline impossible to defeat in a group. And since they have such a high HP stat, this gives cows' teammates a lot of time to regroup and launch a counterattack if one of their herd members goes down and needs a save. Next, we should discuss their unique abilities and their signature combat moves.
Red is only so you can't see them bleed. No, I mean the cloth. You know, they have like a cloth, like a red cloth. I'm not saying they're dressed in red. They have like a thing and they go like, ha, yeah, with the cloth.
Bovines all have the ruminant ability, which enables them to gain XP and level up all just from eating grass. This might seem like a boring ability, but its usefulness is actually hard to overstate. Having this
Damn,
perk
I wish
essentially
I
means
was
that
able
one of
to
the most
ruminate.
abundant plants in
We're
the
watching our cows OP from tierzoo. It's important information to see if cows could one day possibly take over the earth and kill us all. You know, cows are partially colorblind, but they can see red and green. So chat lied. I think it's not the color, but the sudden movement. Oh, damn. We need to find out. Bulls are blind AFs, so they attack anything that moves. Damn. Damn, they have 4 stomachs? Oh, yeah, they do, don't they? Damn, to be a cow, I only have 1 stupid stomach, man. I could never.
Game becomes your main source of XP, completely removing the need to search and forage for food. This means a player doesn't need to invest evolution points into things like climbing, digging, keen eyesight, or intelligence to be able to find food, and can reinvest those points into other stats, which is how cattle are able to support such a high base stat total. Cattle also push the mammal faction's signature move, lactation, to its—
I have 2. 1 for dinner and 1 for dessert. Ha 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 ha. Wouldn't ants take over the earth too? Though there's way more of them, and I'm pretty sure they don't sleep. Yeah, but they're. I have one counter argument, and it goes like we're not talking about making ants massive. We're talking about the way they are. I feel like I could solo 10,000 ants easy. By myself, I could solo 10,000 ants, chat.
limits. Cow milk is one of the most
Make a joke like that again, I'll scream. That was crazy's joke. I was just reading it out, dog. Come on.
substances in the game, and allows new cattle players to level up extremely
Yeah, it's funny because like the first time I saw a cow eat drink from another cow, I thought it was weird. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. Why is the cow drinking from the cow? But then I realized humans drinking from the cow is way more fucked up.
quickly. This helps keep their offspring safe, as it means they spend less time in the more vulnerable low weight class, and quickly reach a size where hardly anything could realistically take them down alone. The cattle's signature move is Goring Rush, an extremely powerful head bash attack that deals heavy damage
That's
and inflicts
epic.
incredible knockback, forcing the target back a good distance and also likely knocking the target prone, which allows for easy
The
follow-up
way
attacks.
this video is edited and set up makes me forget that cows are real.
Their sharp hooves deal extra damage to prone enemies, so this straightforward combo can be devastating if it catches an opponent off guard. That is about it when it comes to the cow's main combat moves. Cows can kick as well, but it's more of a stomp than anything. They don't have the flexibility or power to headshot
What's with that
someone
cow? What's with that little guy? Why he look like that?
like a horse can. They also cannot deal damage with their bite, since they don't have upper teeth.
Wait, really? Cows can't bite you? Oh, I wish I knew that, because I was scared the cows would bite me if I pet them, but now I know they don't.
Super big deal, but biting is a powerful option to have in a pinch, so it's at least worth mentioning.
I
Now,
never knew that cows don't have upper teeth.
let's get into the cattle's weaknesses and counterplay. So, due to the cattle's low intelligence stat, its resistance to mental status conditions like intimidation, distraction, or trickery is reduced. Intimidation
'Cause
is
you're
a pretty
stupid.
common tactic employed by a variety of different builds, from predators to omnivores to herbivores. Intimidation is one of the most effective tactics against cattle, and can often result in a cow losing a battle that it very easily could have won if it had not been scared away. And
Yo, sure hope he's not gonna overreact.
conversely, if a
Yeah,
cow
see, he's red as hell, bro. He's red as hell with the red claws, bro.
does decide to take the offensive, distractions can easily divert the attack, causing it to completely miss. While this is
Thank you for the follow. Oh, so the point of waving that is so that the cow sees the moving thing and thinks, oh, that's the guy. Oh.
of course extremely risky, overcommitting to an attack and whiffing can oftentimes mean the difference between decisive victory and crushing defeat. Advanced players will even be able to utilize a combination of intimidation and distraction.
Oh, damn, look at
to
that
kite cattle in
goose.
specific directions, enabling them to control entire herds, which is what has allowed human mains to capture huge numbers of cattle. Cattle are known for their Goring Rush attack, which, while powerful, is imperfect. Many builds put a ton of points into the ability Concussive Force Resistance, enabling them to throw out headbutt attacks without much risk. Cows have some blunt force resistance, but not enough that headbutts and charging attacks are without risk. In fact,
Oh,
at high
wait, so they give themselves brain damage? That's kind of sad.
speed, cattle can easily take lethal damage in a single hit if they strike another player at full force with their charging attack. Builds like the goat or bighorn sheep can easily best a cow in 1v1 combat, even though the cow's stats are
Oh,
much
damn, look. The cow is done for, and the sheep. Damn. Wait, let's look at the stats. We got intelligence, health, stealth, mobility, defense, and power.
Higher in a vacuum. Builds with forward-facing horns can also present quite a challenge to bovine builds, as bovine horns tend to face to the side and are more used for swiping and slashing at opponents than for stabbing forward.
Jesus, bro, they yeet. They yeet. Those cows have no idea they're being watched by a VTuber in their chat. I know, man. Kind of pervy if you think about why are we watching these cows without them knowing. Oh my god, thank you for the read. Welcome here all. We're watching our cows OP. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the read. Hope you had fun playing Valorant.
Means that in a direct confrontation, sharp antlers can deal a lot of damage to a bovine player while keeping them out of reach of connecting with their own horn attacks. There aren't enough different bovines for a proper full-length tier list video, but I think I can do a quick rapid-fire ranking to close out this video. The basic cattle comes in at a solid B tier. Definitely not a bad build, but one with a lot of weaknesses.
They're
that
so cute though.
Their main advantage over the other, more wild cows.
Yo, thank you for the sub. Holy man, goddamn, you sickos. Thank you, God Inferno.
Variance is that due to selective breeding by humans, the domestic cattle are actually the best in the game at milk production, and therefore their offspring level up and reach larger sizes much quicker. Definitely a much more beginner-friendly build, although at the end of your playthrough there's a
I want to play as a cow.
Also in B tier we have the yak.
Okay, never mind. I just saw the final part. I don't want to play as a cow anymore.
A mountainous variant of the cattle that opted for slightly lower base
Yaks! Yaks are cool! Yaks are so cool.
For better resistance to the cold and better mobility on icy or rocky terrain. Same basic weaknesses as the common cattle, but its ability to survive the cold Himalayan mountains means that it has less natural enemies to contend with than cattle in less hostile climates do. At the bottom of A tier we have the bison. The bison are the largest bovine builds and traded some of their power stats for extra health and defense.
Look, they have the shoes, they have the hat, they have the beard. They're drippy, chat. Look at those shoes.
As a result, they have
they're wearing Uggs
and lots of padded fur on their head, meaning that they can tank a lot more damage, but also can't deal as much damage using Goring Rush. This can be a bit of a problem, as being able to one-hit a wolf would really help discourage aggressive teams of wolves from attacking them. Since they can't get a one-hit kill without a crit, some wolves get pretty brazen in their attacks on bison. Still, they're tied with the moose as the premier tank of the North America.
Aren't moose super OP? Aren't meese like incredibly OP? I've heard that you're not supposed to ever fuck with a moose. Bison is cow tanks, bro. I mean, look at him. He's a tank.
America server, and have favorable matchups against the grizzly bear, so still definitely a solid high tier. Next in A tier we have the water buffalo, a bovine.
Wait, there's a water. He's a fish. Wait, he fish? They can be fish?
Equivalent stats to the common cattle, but with higher offensive stats and massive horns. They get a mobility bonus in shallow water, which, while not that busted of an ability, is still pretty nice to have. Water buffalo have to be able to fight off one of the most powerful solitary predator builds in the game, the Bengal tiger.
Oh, brother.
Anything that can take on this thing
bro, imagine you spawn and you matched against the Bengal tiger, bro. I just DQ. I'm like, I just spawned in and my enemy is the Bengal tiger? Really? Really? What do other people get, huh? Wolves? And I get the fucking Bengal tiger? Damn.
Be at least A tier. The human player base in the India server is also notably less aggressive towards bovine players, which makes
moose are big, fast, and they can swim super well. Oh my god, we should check if this guy has a video on moose.
Them a lot more viable in that meta. But when it comes to hostile metagames, nothing compares to Africa. And despite the abundance of extremely powerful predators like the lion and hyena, and territorial giants like the rhino and elephant, the Cape Buffalo is still notorious for being one of the most dangerous builds in the game. It's one of Africa's Big Five.
Buffalo
builds which are notoriously difficult for humans to defeat 1v1. And so I think for this reason, the African Cape Buffalo ranks first among the bovine builds.
Oh wait. Also, there's no S tier cow. Oh, no S tier cow, chat. Man, Africa server is busted in case of PvP. Yeah, no, there's just it's a battle royale for animals.
crack S tier, mostly because it's overshadowed by the wildebeest in the African savanna meta.
Wait, what is that? I've never seen this thing in my life. The fuck is this? Bovine mains are noob.
The wildebeest, which is not a type of cattle or buffalo, but rather is essentially an antelope with higher stats, may not be as bulky as the Cape buffalo, but it does have a much higher base speed stat, and this speed is pretty crucial for being able to escape an ambush from Africa's
Jesus Christ, I mean the name wildebeest fits that thing very well.
predator builds, and for punishing opponents who don't respect the wildebeest's range, leading to the wildebeest being vastly more successful than the Cape buffalo. This level of supreme optimization is what it takes to crack S tier in the African server. Now, this doesn't mean cattle will never be S tier. In fact, I think there's a pretty strong argument to be made that prior to humans unlocking the gunpowder technology on the tech tree, bison were the undisputed S tier of North America. And although they were all but annihilated from the server, their numbers are slowly but surely returning to healthy levels.
That sucks,
Quite an
buddy.
inspiring story, which you can check out right now on CuriosityStream, the sponsor of today's video. Curiosity.
Oh boy, we got the sponsor of today's video. Epic chat, we learned about cows.